In a recent development amid the ongoing conflict in Ukraine, Russia has accused Yevgeny Prigozhin, the head of the Wagner Group, a private military company, of inciting armed mutiny. The accusations came after Prigozhin claimed, without providing evidence, that the Russian military leadership had killed a significant number of his fighters in an airstrike and vowed to seek retribution. This standoff, with details still unclear, appears to be the most significant domestic crisis that President Vladimir Putin has faced since he sent thousands of soldiers to Ukraine in February of last year, referring to it as a special military operation. As the long-standing dispute between Prigozhin and the Ministry of Defense seems to be reaching a climax, the ministry issued a statement refuting Prigozhin's claims, stating that they were untrue and an informational provocation. Prigozhin, however, denied that his actions amounted to a military coup. In a series of frenzied audio messages, the authenticity of which could not be independently verified, he seemed to imply that his 25,000-strong militia was on its way to overthrow the leadership of the Ministry of Defense in Moscow. He stated, "Those who have destroyed our guys, who have destroyed the lives of tens of thousands of Russian soldiers, will be punished. I urge no resistance. We're 25,000 strong, and we will find out why chaos is happening in the country," he added, pledging to confront any checkpoints or air forces that stood in Wagner's way. Prigozhin later claimed that his men had crossed the Ukraine-Russia border and were ready to go all the way against the Russian military. He announced their entry into the southern Russian city of Rostov in an audio recording posted on Telegram. Reports suggest that security measures have been heightened in Moscow, particularly at government sites and critical infrastructure, according to the TASS news agency. The Russian Federal Security Service, FSB, has initiated criminal proceedings against Prigozhin for inciting armed mutiny, a crime punishable by up to 20 years in prison. The FSB stated, Prigozhin's statements are, in fact, appeals to initiate an armed civil conflict on Russian territory, and his actions are a stab in the back to Russian soldiers fighting against pro-fascist Ukrainian forces. They further called on Wagner fighters not to commit irreparable mistakes, to stop any acts of force against the Russian people, not to comply with Prigozhin's criminal and treacherous orders, and to take measures to detain him. Russia's Prosecutor General, Igor Krasnov, has informed President Putin about the criminal case against Prigozhin for mutiny, according to Kremlin spokesperson Dmitry Peskov. In a video appeal, Army General Vladimir Alexeyev urged Prigozhin to reconsider his actions, emphasizing that only the president had the authority to appoint the top leadership of the armed forces and accusing Prigozhin of attempting to usurp that authority. Separately, General Sergei Surovikin, the deputy commander of Russian forces in Ukraine, whom Prigozhin has praised in the past, implored Wagner to stop. He warned that the enemy was eagerly awaiting a deterioration in Russia's internal political situation. Prigozhin, despite his limited official role as the head of the private militia Wagner, has been openly criticizing Defense Minister Sergei Shoigu and Russia's top general, Valery Gerasimov, for their alleged incompetence and refusal to provide ammunition and support to his forces. An unverified video posted on a Telegram channel associated with Wagner showed a scene in a forest with small fires and trees appearing to be forcefully broken. While a body was visible, there was no direct evidence of any attack. The caption read, "A missile strike was launched on Wagner private military company's camp."